Hello, hello, and welcome to Live Healthy, Be Happy with Amy Bolton. I'm here today, and hopefully my connection's good because my daughter is watching Netflix, and hopefully it'll work. But if you're joining me, if you're joining the replay, feel free to say hi in the comments. I'd love to know. You can put hashtag replay if you want. And we're going to talk today about rituals. Rituals during the childbearing years, rituals that happen for our family, and rituals and why they might be helpful for your family. So I'm just going to go ahead here and share this video to my group, and hopefully I have enough internet to do this. We'll see how that works. And I'm doing this all with my girls on a Sunday morning, so hopefully everybody cooperates with me for my live today. Here we go. We're just going to share it with my group. And if you are not a part of my group, Gia, can you let the dog out, please? If you are not a part of my group, the group of all these wonderful women, we all get together in this Facebook group to support one another through postpartum depression and anxiety. Some women have been beyond it. Some women are going through it, right in the midst of it. If you feel like this would be helpful for you or somebody that you know in your life, definitely let me know about it and we can get you guys connected with that group. Okay, so I'm just sharing this with the other one. Gia, can you let Savine out, please? Of course, my dog's asking to go outside right as soon as I decide to go live this Sunday morning, right? That's okay. So, rituals and honoring our family, honoring our children, and incorporating rituals in our life is just so important. There's so many times when we can develop a ritual or incorporate a ritual into our life. Gia, can you please let the dog out? Thank you. So during pregnancy, we can have rituals. When the birth of our child happens, we can have a ritual associated with that. When we're becoming a father, becoming a new mother, we can have a ritual associated with that. Naming rituals, right? So we can have naming rituals for naming our children. A lot of different cultures have those types of things. Let me know if you have any rituals that you do in your life or that you've that happened while you were a child that you are considering kind of incorporating into your life. So there can be rituals around miscarriage, adoption, not having children, right? So there's lots of rituals that can happen. Now, the rituals that I want to talk about today are like the rituals that we incorporate with our children as they're growing, with our babies. So one of the programs that I've been trained in and have done lots in the community is called the Parent Child Mother Goose program. So that incorporates bonding and connection between the parent and child. And if you're joining me live, feel free to say hi. I'd love to know that you're watching and hear your comments on rituals and how that all incorporates with your family. So what rituals can do with our family and with our children is it can boost the brain potential for our children, right? So it can increase their success in school and in life. It can increase the learning potential and effectiveness through touch. So when we're doing, I'm talking about these I love you rituals that are more songs and stories and rhymes and things, and hand, what are they called? They're called Fingerplays, and silly things that we can do with our fingers. So little rhymes and nursery rhymes we can do that increase that touch, right? And what ends up happening is it ends up holding the families together even through the toughest times. So when we have these rituals, so it can be even things like, think about like Christmas time. Do you have specific things that you and your family do? Do you guys all get together and have a meal, or do you all get together and do certain things at different times of the year? Maybe Thanksgiving, Easter, whenever it is. If there's something that you continuously do, these rituals in a child's life are going to help enrich their life, right? It's going to help boost their brains, boost their success, help them feel that sense of belonging, to honor them, right? So when a child's starting kindergarten, or when a child's finished kindergarten, we usually have a graduation for them, right? When a child's finished preschool, we usually have a graduation for them. So that's honoring the child through a ritual, through a process, right? So think of ways that we can incorporate this into your life. And some of you who may have older children, maybe you've already developed some of these rituals, some of these ceremonies that help celebrate your family as a whole and your children as a whole. And I'd love to hear in the comments, if you're watching the replay, feel free to drop some comments and let me know what type of rituals you may already be doing or you may be considering doing. So the bond between the adults and children. So as we create that bond between adults and children, what it actually does is it insulates them from drugs, violence, peer pressure, and it lays a foundation for strong mental health and emotional health. I know we're all here to be working on our own mental health and our own emotional health. But the thing is as we do that and as we incorporate these little rituals in, it's showing our children that we care enough about our own mental health. We care enough about our own emotional health. We're getting help. We're here. We're present. We're listening to these videos. We're trying to get more tools in our tool belt to be a better parent, be more connected, right? So let me know if that makes sense, right? So as we're laying this foundation, as we're doing this, it's like the ripple effect. It's going to affect our children. It's going to affect our families. They're going to feel the difference. They're going to feel that you care. They're going to feel that you're there, right? Because you really are. You really do care. And some of this stuff can be really fun, some of these rituals. So there's a couple books I'm looking at here, and this I Love You Rituals has lots of, what are they? They're nursery rhymes, Fingerplays, silly interactions, games, and things you can do with your children. So that is some of the stuff that I do through the Parent Child Mother Goose program. So simple as, I know I found it very helpful when I was doing daycare, is one of the simple songs that we used to do when we were getting the kids ready, and I still use it when I'm helping at my daughter's preschool, is when we're getting our mitts on in the wintertime, sometimes, getting 6-7 kids mitts on all at the same time, it can get to be a little bit overwhelming. So one of the rituals or the things that I've incorporated is I sing the song, thumbs up, fingers together, this is the song we sing in mitten weather. And I just keep repeating that over and over and putting the kids' mittens on, and it lightens the mood. It makes it feel good. It's fun for them. It makes it fun putting their mittens on, right? That's just something simple that we can do. So if you have any song times at your local library, that's generally where you're going to find that sort of stuff. I know in Canada, at least, it's called the Parent Child Mother Goose program. It's a great program to have that connection. If you're interested in any of this, feel free to let me know in the comments. I'd love to work with you on establishing more rituals through my one-on-one coaching. So let me know if that's something you're interested in, because I'm definitely love this stuff. So games, cuddling, snuggling. So I know I try to connect with my girls every single day, and we try to sit down and have cuddles and snuggles, and that's our time. That's our little ritual. That's our little routine that we do, right? And there's lots of different songs that you can incorporate. So when we're getting the girls into the car seat, sometimes, especially the little ones, as I'm lifting them in, there's another song that I'll sing, and it's now I'm drawing a blank to it all of a sudden. Even though I sing it almost every time I pick my daughter up into the car seat. 1, 2, 3, the bumblebee, the rooster crows, and away she goes, or he goes if it's a boy. And then we put them in the car seat, right? So it's super simple. 1, 2, 3, the bumblebee, the rooster crows, and away she goes. And you put them in the car seat, and it makes it fun. Because I know sometimes getting little ones in the car seat can be stressful too, right? And we don't want to have that tension that's starting, worse tension, worse stress. We're like, oh my gosh, last time it was hard. So if we create these little rituals, these little songs, these little rhymes, it makes it fun for the child. Or getting dressed. There's another one that's really fun. I just love this stuff, guys. Is the little girl goes in the tunnel as you put the shirt on, or him, or the girl or boy, however it is. The little girl goes in the tunnel. Knock, knock, knock. There she is. There she is. As the shirt's going over. Oh, there she is. And it's just fun, right? And then sometimes I go, the arm goes through the tunnel. There it is, there it is. It's just fun, right? There's lots of little things you can do, making diaper changes easier, right? Little, and they can be incorporated whether you've got baby in the arm, whether you've got, you know, your children are little or they're bigger. And I know in my program often I will show people, we're in a very small community, so it wouldn't make sense for us to have, you know, a baby group and then have a toddler group. I've always had it all in one. So I've always shown parents ways that they can do it with their little ones and the ways they can do it with their toddlers, like bouncing on the lap kind of games. And I've always incorporated a little bit of both. And some of the songs and stories and rhymes and games and all this sort of stuff can be adapted depending on the age of the child, right? So that's lots and lots of fun. So those are some of the things you can do. Kind of jumped ahead in my notes to the fun part because I just love this stuff, right? Let me know if there's some songs that you do, maybe some of the old classics like the Incy Wincy Spider went up the water spout, down came the rain and washed the spider out, out came the sun and dried up all the rain. So those ones, have you done those ones, right? Or there's Hickory Dickory Dock, right? So there's lots that we may have heard in our childhood that we can pass on to our children, right? I know that's been a big thing for me, and it's really, really helped me with that bond and that connection with my girls. And then telling stories while we're traveling. So it's kind of one of those rituals that we do. We travel a lot. We're always in the car. So if we can play games while we're traveling, and those are some of the rituals that girls come to expect when we're traveling is, let's play I Spy, right? What do we see? You know, let's listen to the story that we always listen to, right? And it makes it more calm, more connected, and those are those memories that they will have, right? So one of the rituals, it was interesting when we were driving in the camper, I have one of these books that has some stories in it, and one of my friends had mentioned, hey, that's so special that you have the exact same storybook. It has like 100 stories in it. The girls will always remember that when they're out camping, that's the storybook that they read, right? So those are those rituals that are, you know, helping boost that brain, helping with those neural pathways, helping with that connection, that bond, right? That's going to help their success in life and school. That's going to help prevent them from going down a bad road later on because they have that connection with that adult. And you can probably hear my printer in the background because my daughter has figured out how to print things on my computer. So the other thing I wanted to point out is the ways you can work with your child. So I'm just looking at my notes here. So some 4 tips that I want to leave you with that are out of this book here are: the more often a child receives feedback, the better, right? So the more often they receive feedback, the better. You know, positive feedback, or, you know, good, like helpful feedback, right? The more specific the feedback, the better. Arya, please stop. She's pushing a chair over here. This is the real life of Amy. So more specific the feedback, the better. The more immediate the feedback is given, the better, right? So I know with potty training, my daughter, they recommend is like as soon as that pee hits the toilet or hits the water, yay! You know, that good feedback because it's helping. I know that's one example, right? The more you notice, the less you judge, the better, right? So we all want to be noticing and connecting with these good things, and that's better, right? So I'm going to leave you guys with that, and I'm going to get back to connecting with these little guys and noticing them and connecting with them because my daughter is here ready to connect with me. So let me know if you have any questions or any concerns, and I will talk to you. It is me, isn't it? And I will talk to you guys later. Have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.